this Indianapolis defense, which was the talk coming into this playoffs. But yeah, shout out to the Chiefs, man. They're going to be hosting the AFC Championship game at home with this win, so I'm looking forward to that. So that was the first game on that day, and then the second game was the Los Angeles Rams against the Dallas Cowboys, and another one that I picked right again. Another one that again, very surprising how that it transpired. So coming into the game again, the talk was that the Dallas defense was going to be the story, and that the Dallas defense were going to be able to get pressure on Jared Goff. They was going to be able to stuff the run, make Jared Goff beat them. But the exact opposite happened. CJ Anderson and Todd Gurley dominated this game, and that Rams offensive line completely dominated this game. Over 200 yards rushing. CJ Anderson had over 120 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Todd Gurley had over 100 yards rushing, a touchdown. They both averaged over 5 yards per carry. They was literally picking up first downs, it seemed like every other carry, dude. That was impressive. The way that Dallas got moved, those linebackers and them linemen got moved, man. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, they the Rams. I didn't actually watch that game, but from what I heard, the score did not indicate what that game was. Which I know at one point they were up 20-7. I heard that CJ did his thing. I understand that they had a lot of open lanes running the ball. So shout out to that offensive line, because that doesn't sound like it happens too often. I know it didn't happen when Atlanta played them. So I don't know what happened there. They played fantastic against Seattle last week. I don't even think they allowed 100 on the ground last week. The week prior. So for a team, a team of that caliber under such a great coach who's not even, I think he's 32.
McVay?
Yeah. They play a great game, especially to not have a fullback. That's crazy. Because they play in the 11 personnel all the time. So that's great.
Yeah, it was, man. And then they on top of that, they bottled up Ezekiel Elliott. Like he didn't get off either. Here, let me make sure I get these stats correct. Because I know like the Cowboys, that's their staple. They want to make sure that they get the running game going, and then they'll get the play action going. But they really couldn't do that. Like Ezekiel Elliott had 20 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown, 2.5 yards per carry. The way and Dominican Sue, man, if he could play like that for the rest of these playoffs, the Rams, they might be Super Bowl champs. Because he really wasn't able to run the ball in the middle. He was literally in the backfield making tackles for loss, getting pressure on Dak Prescott. And he had a great game, him and Aaron Donald. That was an awesome game to see from them. And, back on the offense for the Rams, they played a ball control offense. They ran it. They didn't ask for too much from Jared Goff. He made the throws that he needed to make to get those key first downs. Those third and like 5s and 3rd and 7 and stuff like that. He did have one fumble, but other than that, man, he played a decent game. And yeah, shout out to McVay. Came in with an excellent game plan, and it paid off. Paid off big time. And now they'll be going into New Orleans to play the Saints for the NFC championship. So we'll see how that one plays out. And then Sunday, we had the first game on Sunday was the Chargers against the Patriots, and this game wasn't close at all. The score, again, that's one of those games where the score made it look closer than what it was. The Patriots literally was blowing them out. Was it 35-7 by halftime?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I stopped watching that game.
Everybody was picking the Chargers to win this game. Everybody was picking them. Everybody, oh yeah, this is going to be it. This is, the reign for Bill Belichick. You said it, right? This is the Bill Belichick and Brady era is over right here. Phillip Rivers finally going to get his. No. I'm sorry.
Nothing close.
Yo, listen. I said this on Facebook, man. When it comes to there's 3 things that are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and the Patriots are going to be in the AFC Championship game. It's just one of those things, man. When Brady and Belichick are at home and they're one game away from getting to the AFC Championship, you can't pick against it. You cannot pick against them, man. That shit is money. And they dominated with the running game. Again, another team that the Patriots are, they're one of those teams that just adapt every week. So one week Brady might go off for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. The next week they will establish a ground game and just dominate the ball on the ground. Sony Michel, 24 carries, 129 yards, 3 touchdowns. Brady, fucking accurate as ever, 34, 44, 343, and a touch, no interceptions. Man, Phillip Rivers looked terrible this whole game. He got a couple of garbage time touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but and then he had a nice pass to start it off, but it was literally 35-7 going into the second half, and you just knew it was over.
Shout out to Hunter Henry for coming back, at least trying to play.
Yeah, he was just better off staying at home at that point. He really didn't even do nothing. He was there.
He got a check though.
He had a check. He suited up. He could say that he played, but he didn't. He had zero impact on the game. They couldn't do nothing. The Chargers, it's crazy too. The Chargers, they was getting so much credit the way that they stopped Baltimore the week before in our running game, but then like the same defense got punished by New England's offensive line. So it's just crazy how it should just flip like that, man. Like Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram was not factors at all in this game.
So you think they can do that Sunday?
Who's that? The Patriots?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it. I want to break these games down first.
Okay,
but yeah, you started watching it after the first half?
Oh yeah, full facts. I gave up on that game.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. I watched the first half and then like I just like put it on my phone and it was playing the game at that point. Yeah, I just kind of was like, yeah, whatever. This game is over. I'm wait till the Eagles come on. But yeah, man, shout out to the Patriots. Fucking hate them, but that's one thing. They're guaranteed to get to the AFC Championship game. It seems like every year.
Yeah.
But this time around, it's got to go through another city, so I'm happy about that. And then the last game on Sunday was, to me, the best game of the weekend. The Eagles and the Saints. And Eagles started off hot. Started off real hot. 14-0. Picked off Drew Brees on his first pass. Punched in twice. 2 touchdowns to start the game. And didn't do shit after that offensively.
Yeah, that was when I started watching the game. Was when it was 14. I was like, whoa, hold on. Something's going on.
Right. Like, and Nick, our other co-host, he's excited. Like, he's in the chat. He's talking shit. Yeah, fuck these niggas. But, yeah, he got real mad. That move kept changing, and then,
yeah, man.
But, yeah.
So this is one at the Super Bowl. It's okay.
It was one of those things where the Eagles started off hot, but the testament of Drew Brees and also Sean Payton being able to galvanize a team, calm them down, get it together, and then they was able to go out and really just kind of dominated the game from that point, from the rest of that game. So they scored 20 unanswered. Michael Thomas, he had a really great game. 12 catches, $171 and a touch. And he couldn't be covered. Like, no matter who the Eagles had on him, they tried double teaming him. They tried putting LeBlanc. They tried shadowing him with the safety. I can't think of his name right now. Jenkins. They tried doing everything, but they could not cover that brother. And then Alvin Kamara, he had a very good game. 16 carries, 71 yards. Ingram, decent game there for him. I think the key turning point of the game was when they did that fake punt.
Yeah, that was nice. That was clutch.
I watched the video earlier today, and they said that they wanted.
I was watching Fletcher Cox.
Right, yeah. I thought that was pretty interesting. They said that they seen it the game before. The Eagles did defense stay on the punts where, they keep the defense out there. And they noticed that Fletcher Cox was giving like a half-hearted effort, not really, playing anything. He just kind of just stood up. So they was hoping for that same formation, and they got it, and they ran right at him and picked up that key first down to keep that drive going, which they got a touchdown. I thought that was very impressive by them, and it's crazy. It's just like watching that video just goes to see how deep this game is. Like, that was crazy.
Sean Payton is famous for doing some type of play that no one expects, and kudos to him, man. He's a fantastic head coach, man.
Yeah, like you said, like that Super Bowl, that onside kick when they beat the Colts in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that was ballsy. That was ballsy. But yeah, that was the games for this past weekend. Shout out to the Saints. You know, unfortunately, I was rooting for the Eagles, even though I picked the Saints because I wanted Nick to be happy. But unfortunately, they wasn't able to pull it through. But Nick Foles, man, shout out to Nick Foles. He brought them. Got them to the playoffs, got them a playoff win, and then almost got them another one. I forgot the drop by Alshon. We were talking about it in the chat. Nick was hot. He was sick. He was saying
that's why I thought we already talked about this.
Yeah, he said that it was going too fast, and me and you would disagree.
Yeah,
I thought it was great play calling. You haven't been able to do shit all game, and you wanted to go ahead and try to get as many plays as you can. So that way you can score because they haven't scored since the first quarter.
Let's get it going. Let's
move. You got a good rhythm going on right now. You want to try to keep that rolling, and it was a good play that they drew up. Alshon Jeffrey was wide open, ball delivered perfectly to him. It just went right through his hands and into Lattimore's hands. So I don't think it was the head coach's fault. I don't think it was Foles' fault. Like to me, that was all on Alshon. You got to make that catch. You simply got to make. You're the best receiver on this team. You're the second best receiver on this field. You got to make on this game. You got to make that catch. Simple as that.
Agreed.
Oh well, it happens. Okay. Yeah, it happens. They got next year. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that quarterback situation.
Yeah, aren't they both up?
No. Wentz is still in his rookie contract, but Foles is a free agent.
I mean, like somebody's got to get paid this year.
Right. Yeah. Foles is either they can re-sign Foles and trade Wentz, or we'll see what happens. But so this weekend we got the championship games. We have the AFC and NFC championship games going on. And first game on the slate, we have the Kansas City Chiefs against the New England Patriots. And this one is going to be a little bit different because normally in these type of games, New England is at home and you got to go into Foxborough and you got to beat Brady and Belichick in Foxborough. Nah, it's different this time. They're traveling to Arrowhead, the loudest stadium in the NFL. And trust me on this one, that shit gets crazy. And you're going against KC at home with probably the best quarterback in the game right now. What's your thoughts on this one, man? Let me ask you this, Ed. What's a key to this game to you?
A key outside.
What's a key factor? What's going to be the key factor in this game?
The weather. The weather's going to be the factor. If that Arctic blast thing happens that they're talking about, that's going to be a run game. Advantage Patriots. If that Arctic blast happens, you can't cut as fast. You can't run as fast. Advantage Patriots. All that whole offense in Kansas City is reliant on speed. They're so damn fast. It's ridiculous. So yeah, if you're able to slow that team down by using the weather, then yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll take that. That how much they'll slip and slide out. It's gonna be crazy, especially if it snows as much as they talking about over there. Man, it's gonna be. I really think the weather plays a bigger factor than a lot of people are gonna think it's gonna play.
So you think that ultimately, even with the weather coming into play, and it becomes like a type of old school ground and pound game, think the Patriots got the advantage there?
Full fact.
I disagree. I think KC. I won't fully disagree. I think it's kind of even. I think it breaks even on that one. Because KC, even without Kareem Hunt, I know we mentioned it last week, saying that the running game hasn't been the same without Kareem Hunt, but actually it has been the same. KC has not missed a beat with their running attacks since Kareem Hunt's been out. They may not have been as dynamic in the passing game because he was a big factor in that as well and is a threat out of the backfield. But running the ball, Damian Williams and Spencer Ware has handled the load. So much to the point where they rewarded Damian Williams with another 2-year contract before the season ended. So he's been playing really good ball. And that Chiefs offensive line is definitely playing really well. They was able to move Indy's offensive line last week. They've been able to move people in general. But I think that kind of balances out. But I think that advantage goes to KC. One, because they're at home and they have the crowd on their side. So I think that's going to definitely affect Brady. And two, I think they have the quarterback with the stronger arm that's going to be able to throw the ball in the cold and also that wind chill and also that wind that's going to be going as well.
And that boy Brady don't throw deep anyway.
Right. That's a fact. But I think that can be a